Oh boy.
Have you thought about commercials?
I don't look right. All that stuff. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Yes.
I've access granted the pod stream. Mr. Antoine's in the building. My sister's here.
Yes.
Thank God my sister is here. I don't know if I could do this show tonight if I had to. To answer your question, yes, I have thought about commercials. Coming soon.
Good.
But today is just all right. So let me just put this out there.
Just one of those days.
So my wife and I have made a decision this morning that we're going to divorce. No, I'm just playing. We made the decision. Look at your face. No, we made the decision this morning that we're going to put our dog down.
Oh my goodness, you're the second person.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't realize how, I'm not trying to take away from what you're about to say, but for someone who doesn't have an animal,
yeah,
and is not thinking about it, we don't think about those things, okay?
Right.
I did not realize the connection that owners have.
Absolutely.
Until I've been so close to people that have animals.
Yeah.
And my heart really feels for y'all for having to make such a hard choice like that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to get stuff set up because
That's all right. My light is blinking in the back, but that's all right.
I'll put your light on. Put your light on.
It's on. The battery is dying. My production manager been working hard. He works so hard. So I gotta put some batteries in, y'all.
Gotcha.
So I'm ready for the next time.
Gotcha. Okay, but yeah, they pets really become a part of the family, honestly.
Yeah.
We've been in our home for 18, 19, 20 years, and he's been here about 17 of those years.
Oh wow.
He's been around forever.
Right.
Yeah.
How old does that make him?
Oh my gosh! I was trying to do the math today. I don't have my. I needed a.
Is it over 100?
Yes, I needed a. I needed a calculus, one of those calculus calculators to try to figure it out because I looked it up, and they said the first dog year is equivalent to X amount of years, and then every year older, the amount of years that it's equivalent to decreases.
Right.
I don't like math as it is, so I didn't have time to sit and try to figure that out. But he's old, and this morning he had the third of what we believe are seizures. We were in the bed. I was working, and my wife was still trying to rest up a little bit. And he makes this noise that almost sounds like a wolf kind of howling.
Right.
It's a Shih Tzu, so we're talking about a small dog,
little teeny tiny, teeny itsy bitsy.
Yeah, and his body kind of spazzes up, and I could hear him trying to walk around to my side of the bed because he was laying on the floor on her side, and I could hear him walking and stumbling. And when I got up to look, and as he was coming around to my side, he looked like a baby deer trying to walk for the first time. He literally had no control of his legs or anything like that. And he literally got to my side of the bed and he collapsed. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought he died because his head kind of plopped. And I was like, oh, we didn't just do this in front of me. But after a few seconds, he looked up, and then we started comforting him and everything. But we have to make the decision to stop being selfish, because he's lived his life. He's blind in one eye and about probably 90% blind in the other eye.
Oh.
And he limps and all that stuff. So we had already made the decision a while ago that we were going to put him down before we went on vacation in September. But after today, we were like, no, we can't, because I wouldn't want that to happen when we just happen to be out.
Right, and away. Y'all would feel horrible.
Yeah. And my wife was like, suppose we weren't here, and instead of being in the bedroom, he was like in the hallway and lost his balance and came down the steps, and we came home and like found him at the bottom.
Right.
And I was like, ugh. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna put my man down tomorrow. I think the appointment is at 4:30 or something like that. I'm not looking forward to it, but
sure,
such is life.
And like I said, I'm learning some things. I'm working a few hours with some wonderful women, with a wonderful group of women, and just to really get to understand. Like, I've worked around people that had animals, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I didn't pay them no attention. I'm not gonna lie, but I think now I'm in a different place in my life where my empathy button is higher, and listening to them, I think it's kind of like where y'all got to, you and your wife got to. It's, I gotta stop being selfish. They gave me so much loyalty for so many years, and they've done what they came here for. Just like, kind of like, with people. The difference is you have to make that decision. And I think I know for the young lady, at my job, she was just like, that's the hardest, is because you got to make that decision. She's like, if it happens, of course she would be sad, but at least she didn't have to make the decision.
Right.
Yeah, and she's like, is it the right time? Is it not? Because, her dog is really incontinent and is having trouble walking. Like, they literally have to carry the dog around. So it's no quality of life at all.
Right. And at that point, to me, I can't speak for them, but at that point, it's definitely the right time, because you don't realize how much the dog or how much the animal is suffering because they can't tell you. Right. But when you physically see the difference, and it's a gradual, you can physically see the difference, then, just make the right decision.
Yeah. So we didn't mean to start the show off like that, y'all, but I'm sure this is for someone.
Yeah. Shout out to Shar, who's checking in, who called my dog Cujo years ago when she came over.
I love me some Shar.
I love me some Shar too. That is my heart right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. Other than that, everything is good. Had a great weekend.
Good.
I kind of made the announcement on Facebook yesterday that Uncle Tony has a new nephew.
Yeah, I saw that. Congrats.
Couple of weeks. Y'all already know.
You got to bring him on as a guest.
Already know. And I love my nephew EJ. It's been well documented over the 2 years that he's been here. And now he has himself a little brother. We had the baby shower over the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
You had some other news too.
Did I?
Yes, Amazon. You posted the Amazon. That you're gonna be on the Amazon.
I'm just messing with you. Yes, I do. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes. He has to take his glory right now. But I'm about to snatch him.
Yeah. Access Granted, the pod stream is available now on Amazon Music, which is a big deal to me. Yes. And this is what I hate about our people. and I'm gonna just have an honest moment as I see our guest has arrived in the background, so we're not gonna hold it too long. But every time, I'm not gonna say every time, but quite often when we accomplish something, it's always that one. It's always that one. It's always that one that kind of wants to directly or indirectly say something, post something, or whatever the case may be, to kind of take away from your shine, you know. I didn't do it publicly because it's just not the way that I get down, but I had to like privately tell somebody. It might not be a big deal to you, but it's a big deal to me.
It's huge.
It's a very big deal to me.
Huge.
And you know, people have to realize, people who don't understand, you know, podcast game and everything. Shout out to my cousin Dawn. Oh my God, it's gonna snow. My cousin. I love you much. People that don't understand the podcast game really have to. The more platforms that you're allowed to put your show on, the better it is for you.
Exactly.
Bottom line, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that I go and I look at my analytics.
Good for you. Good for
and
you.
It amazes me when I see that like 9% of my listeners for my podcast are in Germany, and I don't know one person in Germany. Or Wisdom Beats, what's good, fam? Or, you know, whatever the country is.
Right.
And I might have to go as far as say I got more listeners than other countries than I do in my own city.
And you probably do, Antoine. You probably do. And don't be surprised, because they are, if you think about how music trends and moves.
Absolutely.
What you're doing is bringing on artists and guests.
Yeah.
That are educating. They have, you know, we're doing certain things, and now they're putting out this new sound with a fusion of what they had. You know, it's like a combination. And for people who don't understand, you know, what you're doing, they can see it as, well, why? Who's listening? But there are so many people who love music and love certain genres of music, and would be like, oh man, I can tap into this new artist. I'm about to, you know, produce this, and you know, I could, you know, possibly reach out to this artist. So your platform is doing a lot of things, and we saw it last
I was just about to go there. So how many viewers and listeners? Viewers, because I don't know listeners yet because I haven't checked. But how many viewers we had from Toronto? Or
I'm
not
sure it was a lot.
From Canada, because I don't know if they were all from Toronto.
From Toronto, right? Because of him, because of our guests,
right?
Yeah. So you want your stuff to be international.
So if you don't like it,
who cares? Look, who cares?
And also, I have one more major announcement to make, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the guests. Unless you have something that you want to talk about real quick.
No, I'm good. We started off the way we started off. I'm good.
I had a meeting with a professional mixologist last week. Shout out to my sister Tipsy Fiend. There will be an access granted signature drink coming very soon. And people that know me, that really know me, know that if it's going to represent me, if it's going to represent my brand, it has to be Long Island iced tea
involved.
So this will be a nice little spin on a Long Island iced tea.
Okay.
And I did a tasting on Friday. She made me 2 different kinds, and one is thunder, one is lightning. It's just that simple. One of them, as soon as you drink it, you know that it's going to be a problem. The second one is one of those ones that kind of jab at you like this, and you sit up there and say, "Oh, this isn't that bad."
Doing anything right?
10 minutes later, you got
You out.
and you knocked out. And we've all had those days. And if you're lying, and don't come on my show lying, talking about you haven't had those days, because we know those fruity drinks, when you get to sipping and something, I can handle it. 5 drinks later, yeah, you're getting pulled over for driving under the influence.
Y'all better stay home. So where will people be able to partake in the libation?
So this is the problem. I believe that Mayor Brandon Scott recently took away the cocktail to go thing.
Oh.
Where, because remember, during the pandemic, you could purchase, if you went to like Chili's or Fridays or someplace and you got cocktails, you could take those.
You could take it out. Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
I don't think that you can do that anymore. So now, just contact me and I'll give you details.
Okay.
But we're gonna, we have some paperwork and stuff that we have to figure out, because we're doing this the right way.
Right. Exactly.
It's not bootleg and all of that kind of stuff.
Right. We're professional in this house.
Yeah, we're gonna do it the right way, and we're gonna make sure that it's a win-win for both of us. That's the most important thing to me.
Good deal.
But shout out to my sis, man. She lives 5 minutes from me, and I really just wanted to take everything and just throw it in my car and just leave her high and dry. But yeah, look for the signature drink.
Nice.
Coming soon.
Look at you doing things.
Coming soon. Yeah, that's something. That's one of the things that's actually been on my mind for a long time. And you know how we start
to get people drunk?
No, to have my own signature drink.
I just want to make sure.
We sit on stuff and we sit on it and we sit on it and we sit on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, and I was like, sis, let's just do it.
Let's do it, right? Good.
All right. Enough about me.
Yay.
Special guest in the building, Famoe.
Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Bro.
How you doing, Antoine?
I'm good, man. How are you feeling?
I'm sick as fuck.
Oh, wow.
He's sick.
Yeah,
he
man.
needs some of your libation.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, I wish I had some I could send to you, bro. I definitely do, man.
You might not be able to keep him too long. He got a call.
Yeah. We're gonna get into this.
Don't make him laugh, Antoine.
Yeah, you gotta laugh if you come on the show. You gotta laugh, man. Bro, where are you joining us from, man?
Man, I'm right now in Germany. It's 1 a.m. over here.
Y'all see? We international.
I knew that, but
Yeah,
I said that to follow up on the point that I made earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, man, because not only are you not feeling well, but you're up late. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I want to get right into this, man, because I'm excited to hear about it. Shout out to MJ Savino, as always.
As always.
Said that you are excited to talk about something that you got going on with my brother Wesley Snipes, man.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of going on. Yeah.
So we're gonna jump right in. At first, I wanted to get to know you and all of that kind of. Nah, man, this
That's
is
what you're supposed to lead off with, Antoine.
Not always. We can break the formula every now and then, because she made it clear that he was very excited to talk about this, and so
okay.
I'm gonna start off with this, man. What's going on with you and Wes, man?
I met a guy called Adam Lawson. I think more than a year now, and I was working on his graphic novels for soundtracks. And Gifted Rebels, the company, is in collaboration with Wesley Snipes. I don't know if you ever heard of that news that Wesley Snipes is working on a comic called The Exile. I'm right now doing the official graphic novel soundtrack for The Exile in collaboration with Wesley Snipes and Adam Lawson, Gifted Rebels. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
This is why I always say Alina. I called you Selena, Lord. Alina.
I know, because that's because I told you the
So
good
proud of
things
your daughter.
before.
Yeah, so proud of son. But this is why I always say you got to treat people right
Mm-hmm.
because you never know what kind of blessings
Right.
may come your way.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
and when you do stuff like this, you always have to give it your best. Like Alenia, I know, when you're doing your podcast,
Mm-hmm.
make sure that you keep it strictly, 100% professional. You do,
Yes.
everything you can to produce the best product that you can.
Right.
Never know who's watching.
You never know. Yep. Because I
Never
got
Yeah.
speaking
know.
engagements from my podcast. I got clients from my podcast. Yep.
Exactly. So, I tell artists that I talk to here in Baltimore, especially when they're first starting out and they're going to like these open mic events or they're, performing,
Yeah.
they might get fortunate enough to be one of the opening acts for a major, a major act that comes here.
Yep.
And let's just say that the show starts at 7 o'clock and they're scheduled to go on the stage at 7:05. It might be 8 people and the bartender and the manager there, and that's about it.
You go
Because
hard.
nobody's going to see you.
Yeah.
They're going to see whoever that headline act is.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You got to perform for those 8 or 10
Yep.
people. Like that house is packed.
Yes.
Because one of those 8 or 10 people could be a promoter that if you do well enough want to bring you on their show.
Right.
It could be a record label executive or whatever the case may be. You never know who's in the crowd. 9.5 times out of 10, when you're performing these days, it's being videotaped somewhere. You never know where that videotape might end up or where that
Right.
video might end up and who sees it. You
Right.
gotta treat people right and do your best every single time that you step out there. It's not always going to be perfect, but you just never know what kind of blessings might come from
Mm-hmm.
that. And so, a chance meeting, and now this brother is,
Doing this. This is so exciting.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was actually fighting for months. In the first place, I wasn't declined because I think Wesley had some deal with Audible going on that Kickstarter campaign with Gifted Rebels. And yeah, 2 weeks ago, before I was actually going to holiday to my granny's in Italy, I had a confirmation 2 weeks ago on Friday that I can lay down a soundtrack. So I'm glad and happy, actually. Blade meets Famo. You already know.
Yeah.
So you already know the scope of who's going to hear this magic that you're about to create, man.
Actually, not because it's Indiegogo campaign, so it's kind of like like on Kickstarter a project. I mean, Kickstarter raised already
Okay.
150K on the comic, and the Indiegogo campaign starts on the 24th. So the press release is out, but it's gonna be huge because I got a lot of other stuff going on at the moment. So it's a blessing,
It's
you know.
a huge
Uh,
blessing. Mhm.
We claiming all of
Yeah.
that. Man. We
Yep.
claiming
Yeah,
all of
yeah. Everything I get, everything I'll do.
that. Yeah, we definitely claiming all of that. Okay, so now we can. So now, because I want
We're
to
gonna
make.
backtrack.
Yeah, now we can go back a little bit.
Yes.
Because you did say that you're joining us from Germany, man. And again, thank you because I
Yeah.
know the big time difference between
Yeah, it is.
in the States and Germany, man. Just give us a little bit of background information about yourself.
Well, my artist name is Famoe. It goes by the name of my real name, Fabiano Montesano. I'm a native Italian, born and raised in Germany, and I'm doing music since 2003. I worked with G Unit former members such as Spider Lock or Hot Rod in '09, Shy, Drew Hill, Jagged Edge. You ever heard of Donnie Klang, the winner from Making the Band season 4 way back in the day? The white dude that was
Yeah.
playing piano. Yeah, did a single record with him too.
That's the one.
Kurupt.
Is that the one that he was going to give the solo deal to because he didn't pick him to be in the group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That guy. Then I was signed in the UK. Was nominated for the official mixtape award in 2012. I did a record with Kurupt called "On My Side" in 2014. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on, and I've been through a lot of stuff in the past as well.
Mhm.
But the major stuff that is going on is right now that Wesley Snipes stuff that I got going on. Then I did a soundtrack for a movie called War from the Archives, which will be out probably next year. With the actor Hassan Rashid, he was also on Marvel's Black Panther. He had some screening time on that movie, and yeah, working on an album with major artists, which I'm not able to announce yet,
Right.
but got a lot of good stuff going on. Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to let you downplay the major artists that you've already worked with, bro. It
Yeah,
was a,
man. Thank
it was a major list of people, including, did I hear you say Drew Hill?
He said Drew
you.
Hill.
Yeah, I did a record called Caught Up with Scola. He was actually the fifth member after the record came out. I think How to Busy Love for Me because some people left, and joined in. Scola was one of them. And yeah, I did with Drew Hill some stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Baltimore, so I know the history well.
Yeah. All right. All
I know
right.
the history and the comings and goings. Shout out to them. They're
Yeah.
celebrating 25 years in the business this year, man, and they've been on tour
Yeah.
stuff. I remember a lot of Drew Hill members when they were singers working down at the harbor.
Harvard. Yeah, the fudgery.
Yeah, the fudgery.
The fudgery.
And making fudge.
Yeah, because we would go down there and look at him, just look at him, look at him.
Yeah. I actually live about probably 10 or 15 minutes away from Drew Hill Park, what the group is named
Really?
after. Yeah,
Crazy.
man. Yeah, shout out to them, man. And so how do these collaborations with these artists that you've worked with and are going to be working with, how do these come about?
Actually, let me think. I did my debut in '09 in Boston at a music production company called Surefire Music Group. And in that period of time, I think it was 2007 up to 2009, I had a booking agent called Don Weezy. He was the owner of SWAT E&T. He also doing stuff like WWE boot camps, major concerts for people such as 50, Flo Rida, 6ix9ine, and all those kind of people. And then I was talking to my good friend doing an album in the States, and I linked up with Don Weezy, and then we linked up with some artists, and created the entire album called Explicit. So that was the first step, getting in touch with some serious artists. Then once I was heading to Boston, I met also Sirius Jones. You remember that battle rapper? Yeah.
Battle rap, yeah.
Yeah, I did. He was on it too, and as time goes by, you get some connections, meeting people, A&Rs, and all those kind of people, and yeah, and from then on, you try to link up and connect and do what you can.
Did you always see your career kind of moving in this direction, or did you kind of start off in a different direction?
Well, I was the kind of guy trying to live in the dream, becoming a rap artist from
Mhm.
Europe throughout the U.S. But there was always ups and downs. So more downs than ups, to be
Right.
honest. But at the end of the day, I had some issues with record labels and major record labels. Then I stopped doing music in 2016, 17,
Mhm.
and been in the comic industry, and through that comic industry stuff, options like that Wesley Snipes stuff and Adam Lawson, things happen like that. So I'm happy, to join in on several stuff because music is changing so fast, and I'm the kind of old school guy, DMX, Pac, Biggie, JC, and all those people. And my focus is trying to be on Netflix, and
Mhm.
maybe doing some movie stuff because I think that's the only part to make sure that I can be real with my style instead of doing auto tune stuff, and getting the relevance of the mainstream, what's playing on radio and stuff like
Right.
that. So I'd rather be myself and be real and try to get into another direction, but still can do what I love to do,
Love to do.
from the inside out. Yeah,
Mhm. Very good.
Man,
So it looks
yeah.
it's interesting how a lot of you know artists start off, one direction, and
and go down. Yeah,
they're willing to kind of change, pivot. I guess that's the
yeah,
best way. You're able to pivot, and that pivot is sometimes what you needed, and you didn't even know it, and then
yeah,
it just seems like that's where your career just really takes off, because that's the direction that your talent is needed in.
yeah.
You don't have to talk about Jay-Z like that. You don't have to talk about my man like that.
I wasn't trying to talk about no Jay-Z.
No, but he's a prime example though, because his
But
style of rapping when he first started was
Yeah.
bad. It was bad to me. Somewhere along the line, he had this epiphany that he had to change his flow and the style that he rapped in.
Right.
Now he's Jay-Z. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, and
Yeah, but yeah, keep going.
now I was just gonna say I hear a lot of artists from the United States that have the chance to travel abroad talk about, especially hip hop artists, talk about how hip hop is so appreciated in other countries, man. Talk a little bit about how you got into hip hop, and I know you mentioned a couple of artists earlier that I know that you're into, but just talk about the influence that they've had on you, and your styling, the way that you become an artist, and in general.
Yeah. In the first place, I was a hip hop dancer. I was doing shows, popping, locking, and stuff like that, African dance, and all that type of stuff I did. And then I was in Italy on a talent show, and I did a cover version from Nelly's Number One record, and went straight up to the third place on that day. And that was actually the first step into that hip hop direction. I stopped dancing and just moved into the hip hop music, and then I was always into Talib Kweli, JC, Tupac, DMX, Rocky. I mean, we have so many great artists from back in the day. But if I'm listen to music nowadays, it's just like I'm sad because there is not the originality that we had back in the day. And that's to me what's sad about the mainstream, especially how record labels working nowadays. Replacing artists from out of nowhere, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But that's the game, how it goes nowadays. So yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
My point of view.
Yeah.
So, do you have any, like, up to this point in time, what has been one of your major, I'm going to say, maybe disappointments or regrets that you have had as you had to transition through?
You mean with my musical journey, or
yes, with your musical journey? Yeah.
Well, the problem was always, if you get signed with a record company, you better pray that they don't talk and just keep doing what they say in the first place, which didn't happen to me twice. And I think if I could turn back the hands of time, I wouldn't sign to some record labels that I've been, because you lose a lot of time. If you're exclusively under contract with somebody, you're not able and not allowed to do any other stuff in that certain amount of time. But either way, you also learn through experience. So maybe it's good that things happen that way, because wisdom, you're getting older, you know what you want, and if the right person is coming and you still keep doing what you do, maybe there is the opportunity to make it big one day if the team behind you got the same stuff that you got going on, especially when it comes to the work and the hustle and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just the journey.
Right, it's the journey.
So you said that, so the record label kind of like handcuffed you and from being able to
yeah
artists.
Yeah, I was in 2016. I was in the UK working on an album called Paradigm. I just did it on my own as an independent artist, and I was doing a single. You guys remember TQ, Baba Baby, Daily, West
Yeah.
Side,
Mm-hmm.
The R&B singer from back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and I kept in touch with him and did a record, a single for that project, Paradigm, and also with the UK platinum group Big Brothers. And then I met a guy in Germany from that was also linked up with Universal with his label. I was opening act for a major German artist called Nena over here in Germany, and we had some meetings talking about that I was sick and tired of releasing stuff independently. Just want to have a publisher, a major publisher such as Universal or
Mm-hmm.
Sony or whatever, just to make sure, to spread the record way more
Right.
as I usually able be to be able. Then I signed a contract, and it was a 360 contract. And the problem was he forced me to rap in German, and yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah, and we had court cases. I lost a lot of money to get out of the contract as well,
Oh.
and I wasn't able to do any stuff like that. And that was the main reason while I was sick and tired of doing music, and just get into the comic industry because I loved it while I was a kid, inking and stuff like that and doing colors and stuff. And then there was a major record company called Kontor Records. Tomorrowland, those kind of festivals, the big ones, when it comes to house music and stuff like that. That major label is responsible for those kind of stuff.
Okay.
And there was a record from Germany that did very big, and they were supposed to do an international record. So they searched in Germany a rapper that is doing English music, so the way that I'm doing that, and they get in touch with me with a huge producer called Alex Christensen, and they wanted me to do two verses on the record, so which I did. And then we flew to Las Vegas, shooting a video for it. Came back, and same problem again. They just dropped it,
Mm.
but didn't put the money in, to make it real big.
Right.
And that was the point where I was like, I'm just doing what I do without any other record companies. And if I got people, that are willing to work with me, and if it makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
I'm good to go. If not, and just keep doing my own thing, um, being free, being to do whatever you want to do, with no rush, no deadlines, no stress, because I'm really sick and tired of it
Yeah,
nowadays.
it's good to have that machine behind you, to a certain degree, but you have to
Yeah,
sacrifice
yeah,
and give up so much. And my man Marvy's doing shout out to you. Said that 360 that's a slave deal, man. And
yeah,
I know
yeah. It is, it
I
is.
know a lot of artists that have gotten caught up in those 360 deals, man. And it's like
Yeah,
having one handcuff on. You're kind of like handcuffed to that label or that record
yeah,
company for life, man. It's
yeah. And like I said, the good thing was it was only 2 years, and I came out of the contract within 12, 30 months, I think. But yeah, it was just like thinking about releasing stuff through Sony or Universal. That was actually the main decision to go with this guy. And if I could turn back the hands of time, I would change that. But at the end of the day, if you got meetings with labels, you know what
Mm-hmm.
you want. You have
Right.
focused. You know the right direction. And if it comes to the question, what's your vision? What you want?
Yeah.
Where you then you got already all the answers because you've been through all of that.
Yeah.
So it's actually bad, but also a win-win situation when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to knowledge and experience. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, because you can't knowledge and experience, that wisdom is to take you to that next point in your life, that in
yeah,
your
yeah,
career or in your journey, wherever you are, it is supposed to
yeah,
do that. I mean, everything, even the hard stuff, is for a reason, not a season. So,
yeah. Everything happens for a reason, right?
yep, yep.
See me, I mean, the biggest problem in Germany over here was it doesn't matter if it was a meeting with East West Records, BMG, Sony, Universal, and whatever label. Um, the problem was always, since you're not a Native American living in Europe, you're not black, doing American hip hop. They rather, sign somebody from the States instead of picking somebody up from Europe. So that was the main problem. But as soon as I went to the States and did my project, the respect was always there.
Gotcha.
So that was actually the main problem in Europe. So you gotta create the buzz until you generate the amount of money. So if they want to have a bite, then they come to you.
Right. Right.
That's how it works. And in the US, you got the problem. You got so many people that want to be rappers. You need to be different. You need to have a certain style that is different. Maybe a lifetime story, such as 50 Cent getting shot 9 times and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
but stories sell, and the
Stories
crazier
out.
the better.
Eminem.
Yeah,
Yep.
Eminem, same thing. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Maurice Dorsey. He said it was the same way when he was in Germany. He was in Bitburg,
Yeah.
Germany. Said it was the same way. He's an artist as well. He said it was the same way when he was there. So let me ask you this: like now,
Yeah.
because of social media and because of that ability to basically put your stuff up on a platform and get it out there, you can create a buzz like that. How was it over there for you? How were you able to generate the buzz, for people to get into you, or did that just not happen until you came here to the U.S.
And then went back, right?
Yeah, I was spending 8 hours a day to promoting stuff on MySpace.
Wow.
That day and night. I mean, mainly really 8 hours a day. When we released stuff on that Piff, 15 years ago, people that are related to your music or maybe like what you do, and I'm maybe if people listen to my music, they always relate the music in the direction of Eminem, the style and the flow that I'm representing records. And then if you know what kind of people listen to your music, then you try to target them and just making sure you get in touch. Because if nobody knows you, you need to get to know people and talk to them.
Right.
That's how I did it 50 years ago.
He said 50 years ago.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been that long sometimes.
Right, it feels like it, right?
Yeah, it feels like, yeah. And now I also know people that got only 1,000 or 2,000 plays on Spotify, but making a lot of money just with sync deals. Getting music placed on television and stuff like that.
Right.
Because we all know that the streams manipulating charts, and placements, and you can buy this, you can buy followers, you can buy plays, you can buy each and everything. And if people tell you that you can make a living out of Spotify as an indie artist, is almost impossible. Possible, because I think you need more than 5 million streams a day to get a good monthly income, and to get into a great Spotify playlist as an indie artist without any major opportunities is good, but there is no guarantee that a second record will be placed on the same list. And I think if you go with sync deals, and you try to break in different angles, radio and all that stuff, you can build up your income. But if artists come like, I want to be an artist and want to live just with a Spotify plays, it's impossible.
Right.
It's not working. If we are honest about it, it's not working.
How do you go about the process of getting your music on like a Pandora or an iHeart playlist? Because we have an artist here in Baltimore who just announced a couple of days ago that her music is now, or one of her songs is now featured on Pandora.
Oh, nice.
I was just under the impression that you just you
posted.
There are marketing companies where you get placements for stuff like that, but there are also label. I mean, is she or her is the artist independent without a record
Yeah,
company, and
yeah.
then it's probably a marketing agency,
Okay.
Mm,
probably,
right.
or maybe that track is that good that it hits through this the pitching, before the release that hits the feature it, but it's almost impossible because those are, you know, placements to pay actually, or
Right.
are reserved for major announcements and
Hmm.
releases and stuff like that. Or you got marketing companies, that putting stuff out the right way, maybe like that. So
Okay.
Hmm.
So it's not just send an email to
impossible.
iHeart.com and say,
Hmm.
"Yo, put my song
Impossible.
in
No,
rotation."
Yep.
no. It's the same thing with you remember yeah, on that piff, to be on the header and stuff like that, you paid
Right,
almost
right,
$1,500 a day just to get in. So
right.
yeah, it
Wow.
was
Yeah,
tremendous, and
that's
you never get that money that you put in, you will never get out of it. So
Right.
if you do it, you got to do it with a future vision. Invest in yourself. Same with press articles, right? If a journalist is writing about you and don't make money out of it, you always need to pay to be on the blogs, to be on the news, to be on that.
Yes.
Because if they don't
The
make money out of
cover.
you,
Hmm.
that's how it works.
Yep.
But people don't want to invest and don't want to do this and don't want to do that,
Hmm.
and that's the thing. So if you got an honest digital marketing agency that is pushing your record the right way, is good, but it's expensive,
Right.
and you never know if the record pops out or not. That's the other thing.
Hmm.
Hey Maurice, I wish you were watching on the Access Granted page instead of my personal page, so I could post these messages, these comments that he's making.
Yeah,
He said that the artist money really needs to go to marketing. That's more important than distribution. Do you agree with
Hmm.
that?
yeah, exactly. I think if you want to release stuff the proper way, right? You don't have to be focused on numbers. Yeah, you got to stop it. I think people forgot how hard it was to sell 1,000 CDs. I mean,
Hmm.
I sold with Explicit probably approx 1,000 CDs out of the trunk, but we talk about a time frame of 8 months, and it was a hell of work to
Man,
make that happen.
Hmm.
And before you pay money for Spotify playlists and all that stuff that you find on the internet, you rather should do some ads on Facebook. Even if you pay $5 or $10 a day,
Hmm.
you got the opportunity to generate a new fan that maybe will
Yes.
lead to a real fan that will copy your stuff or play your stuff.
Right.
But instead of buying numbers and buying placements, you should go for the real fans. It takes time, it takes money,
Hmm.
but I think it's possible to generate 1,000 fans. Because if you release stuff, you get two, three, 400 sales. You get into the charts. What I mean. So you got a routine, and what people always forgot about, if you maybe got a million or two or three or 5 million plays on Spotify, right? And the major labels knocking on the door and say, you know what, we do a two-year contract as a distributor, publisher, whatever, and you got the opportunity to get into the playlist. But once you got the shows going on, and they do some CD sales, and you don't sell merch, you don't sell CDs, you don't have any kind of sales, just the streams from the label. The label's gonna drop you sooner or
Right.
later, just because you're not able to generate what you're actually supposed to do. That's why. That's why. I mean, Instagram. Uh, People got billions and trillions of followers, but the only thing that I saw was in a relation of other artists. You guys remember the last single that was with Tech Nine and The Rock?
Mm-mm.
That The Rock did a verse on it. I
you
forgot the name of it.
talking
But you
about
remember?
you're talking about Tech Nine from the West Coast rapper, right?
Yeah, exactly. And The Rock did the third verse on the record.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think is what it was called.
Yeah, I think. And if you see the fan base of The Rock, right, and the streams that happened within the 24 hours, I think it was 1 up to 2 million within the first 24 hours, 48 hours. But that looked real because that song was everywhere, you know. Then you got other records that just shooting up to 10, 20 millions within 24 hours, but don't got the same impact as a project that The Rock is doing. So people, people are just too much into those social stuff and forgot about the main thing to focus on being real and from the small steps to go to the big steps, because when it comes to the bigger picture, you're not ready for what is coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
My brother Natty, he came over so we can actually see his comments now.
Yeah.
That's a great point, man, because everything now seems to be so social media driven that people really focus on followers.
Yeah.
You can have 1 million followers and your engagement be very small.
Be nothing.
A faithful 500 followers that really, support what you're doing and engage every time you put up a post. To me, from the understanding that I've learned to have now, is that that's more important than just
especially that also supports your algorithm in whatever you do. It doesn't matter what, you know what I mean, because people getting attached to it, in a proper way. And same example, as I started doing music, right, I didn't even know how to write in English lyrics. I mean, it was like you had that vision. I saw 8 Mile, and I was just so focused to make sure to get into that spot, and I didn't care how many people hated or they're not doing stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm talking to you guys. You know what I mean? And that's the point of view with the bigger picture, because people, if you keep practicing stuff, you never know how far you will get within 5 years or 10 years. So always work 24. I mean, Da Vinci, Albert Einstein, all those people got only 24 hours. So don't tell me that you don't got time to do stuff, because those people had the same time as we have. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to become a millionaire, go for it.
Right.
You hear that, Alenia?
Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? Yeah.
But I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to do the work,
and that's what it takes
to learn my craft.
Yeah, because I was to be honest, I was thinking 2 years ago. I was talking to my girl and saying, you know what, I'm quitting music. I don't want to do that anymore, because all those people are just fake ass. You know what I mean? But I'm glad I didn't. But I did it just on my own way, being real, and I still I still can do stuff. And I didn't expect it. I was like, you know what? I want to be on Netflix. I want to do soundtracks, and 1 year later, I'm ready to go.
Yep. And you paid some dues, some heavy dues, and it's not that you were like, oh, first I'll pay my dues. You went into it thinking this, but then you learned this, and then you learned this, and then you learned this to do this.
Yeah.
And then you still learning as you go along. And I think a lot of people, back to what you were saying before, the numbers, and I think this generation that is coming up, they are numbers driven, and they don't understand that a true fan base doesn't mean that you have to have exorbitant amounts of people. You need true fans.
Just people that support you.
People that will support you.
That's it. You guys watched on Disney the movie Raz, with those two black dudes that did from Greece that went to the NBA. The one brother that went to the NBA and brought their whole family.
Giannis, and his brothers,
Giannis, exactly. I mean, if you see his story, what he's been through, he did it. he did it just for the family. It wasn't about the money. It was about the passion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know. So
And
if you got that internal drive to make things happen, not just for the money but for a bigger picture, you will always be better as the others. Kobe Bryant, you know, what I mean,
mm-hmm.
he was the first, training in the morning and the last
Oh
leaving.
yeah. Yeah.
I saw it already. Yeah, I saw it already. But I mean, Michael Jordan, same thing.
Yeah. So did you ever like as you were you know
Yeah.
what? I can't with him. So as you were coming out, because I know as anyone that it has a dream, a vision, sometimes you
Yeah.
know you have family, you have friends that kind of don't see it. Did you face a lot of that as you were going through your journey, where you were meeting up against family members that were just, you know, they didn't believe in what they couldn't see it, like, you know, hey,
Yeah,
well, you're
sure.
not making any money, so what are you doing this for? Kind of thing.
If I was talking to my mom, she was like, "Go get a job and keep doing what you do." You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
I think you need to the same people that got the same vision. Maybe they will understand,
Right.
but it doesn't matter because even though I did my music and my family didn't saw it the same way as I did,
Mhm.
uh, they never hated on it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Good.
if things gonna happen, it will also help the family members.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just did it because I was passionate about it. I
Right.
wasn't able to stop doing it. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
did it, and I'm still doing it because I'm not the type of guy that. I mean, if I'm leaving Famo, maybe I will be another guy. But if that part is missing,
Mm-hmm.
something is wrong because I can't live without it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And that's the driving force to keep going, no matter what's going to happen, no matter what will happen, and no matter how the vision is, because I love to do music.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And if
Maurice
I get
did
rich,
some things. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
shout out
What
to
Yeah.
Maurice. This hold on, where was it? This
Yeah.
one right
That
here.
first comment. That's
That one
it.
right
Yep.
there.
yeah, man. Just just keep
That one
going.
right
Do
there.
not let.
Yeah.
It's
But true story. I know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I
it's
know a
it's
lot of people.
it's funny, man. And this conversation, like you're stepping all on my toes, honestly, because when I walked away from internet radio back in 2020,
Yeah.
um, I walked away for various reasons and thought that I had gotten to a point where I didn't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
And I remember I walked away. My last show was in March of 2020. By November, I was ready to start doing it again just because I miss just doing exactly what the three of us are doing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, once I started back up and, created this podcast and now everything is virtual and I don't have to physically go into a radio station and all of that kind of stuff
Right.
anymore. I jumped into this exactly the way that you were just talking, worrying about numbers. How many followers do we have on, such,
Yeah. Yeah.
such how many, and Maurice also made another great point, which is kind of where I am.
Finding your tribe.
This. He
Oh.
said music business equates numbers with money, which is taking the love of the art away pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's where I had to get to the point where I wasn't worried about the money and what
Yeah.
can come out of this financially. I'm just doing this because I love to do it. And the crazy part
Yeah.
about it is, as soon as I took that attitude where I'm not going to worry about the listeners and the money, stuff started happening.
Yeah. Mindset.
Yeah.
It's all about the mindset.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was saying because I was always trying to get on top of each and everything, but it's almost impossible.
It's
And
impossible.
if you just focused on stuff that there's same if you spend money, right? If you buy clothes, if you buy big big brands, nothing changes. If you got a Benz or if you got a Fiat or if you got a Mitsubishi, you still can go from A to B. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter
Mhm.
what car you have. It doesn't matter what watch you have. And I
Right.
think I saw on the internet interview from Musk. Uh, the question was why you don't wear a watch, and he was like, I got one on my phone.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
don't want to
I
watch
mean,
and
he's right. You know, I mean, those things are just pretty simple, but got a
Yeah.
great impact in your life.
yeah.
Because as soon as you waste your energy into positive things, you get out of negativity, and things will happen.
Right. Right.
In a way or another, it will happen.
Mhm.
It's just a mindset stuff that you have to figure it out on your own, and you gotta go through stuff to make sure to get to that point that you want to
Right.
make that change.
Right.
That's what I can say through my experience.
Right. No, that's good. That's a very good takeaway from
Yeah,
all, from this whole discussion, because I think, again, no matter, anyone that has a creative mind, and whether they're a writer, whether they're a singer, a rapper,
yeah,
dancer, it doesn't matter. If you have a creative mind, most of the time you just want to do what you're crafted to do.
yeah,
You want to do that, but then there does come a point where you're crafted to do something, and residual needs to occur, because then you cannot continue to do what you're crafted to do. So that might
yeah,
be, okay, you might have to work a little, a part-time job or something. You have to work
yeah,
and then do this,
yeah.
business, on the side. It's still your business, it's still your passion, but
Exactly.
understanding that, you have to still survive. You
Yeah,
still have to make money in some kind of way. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
And you
I know
got
he
to
ain't fun.
just sitting up here thinking about so many people as we as we're just having this conversation, and it's just like, man, that's why I love. That's why I love doing these shows, man. For this conversation right
Yeah,
here. Plus, I'm sitting up thinking about the fact that we have a really amazing artist on, and we have a really dope producer in the comment section. And I'm always trying to collab folks together. So I don't know
yeah,
how that
listen.
works, but
You can hit me up anytime, man.
absolutely,
There you go. See, look at that.
Yeah,
That's what you're here for.
I'm here for
yeah,
the negotiator.
Yes, that's right.
yeah, yeah.
so
As
so
my daughter says,
what's
I'm
next?
Olivia Pope.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, I said, as my daughter says, I'm Olivia Pope. I make things happen for people. So, there we go. We're scandal.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So what's on deck for you for like the rest of 2022 and going into like the first quarter of 23?
All right. Actually, I had a meeting with a record company in the States earlier today. Maybe things gonna happen that way because they are like-minded. You know, I was on an international film festival earlier this year, met some people, and we still keep in touch and doing things and this and that, and talking about the projects that I got going on. But for 2022, it's planned that I hope I can finally release the first official trailer of the movie, which my soundtrack is included. So I don't have the okay yet, but I got the trailer, and the record is already out. It's called What I've Been Through, and I'm gonna release on September 16th the official graphic novel soundtrack for The Exile in collaboration with Wesley Snipes and Adam Lawson. Maybe we also do a kind of making of video in the record studio over here in 2 weeks. Hopefully, I'm not sick anymore. And then, as I mentioned before, I did a record with TQ called Paradigm, and I'm about to release it by the end of the year as an EP, including also several tracks that are released in the past this year, just to have a 5-6 EP stuff going on that I can promote also the Paradigm record. And what I also can confirm and say, I got some feature stuff that I will release next year. I don't know when, such as Young Buck. We got Bronze Nasser, Tragedy Gaddafi. We got a Lil Flip. What else in it? Jack Moth was in it as well. So there's a lot of stuff, but the main thing is the 2023 project with those major people. And I mean, if I'm saying major, I mean those people needed the hip hop industry in the US big time. So as soon as I can mention this officially with an album, then I'm gonna do that.
Tragedy Gaddafi is the man.
Yeah, so some old school stuff. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, man. And I want to make sure, man, that we give our people a listen to something. So, which one of these videos do you want to play, man? You got a lot of them.
I don't even remember what I got on YouTube, man, because I think I did. Yeah, the last stuff that I did was actually some lyrics videos, like that soundtrack. What I've been through was a lyrics video, and Masterpiece is actually play Masterpiece featuring Big Brothers.
All right. I don't see that on your page, so I'm gonna have to. I said I don't see that on your page, so I'm gonna have to shoot over to YouTube real quick.
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
Featuring Big Brothers. I did the hook and the third verse on it. So.
Okay. I gotta do this share thing because as Maurice said, he's active. Yeah, bro. He's very, bro. He has a lot on right now. Shout out to my man.
Booked and blessed.
Hey. Hey.
Booked and blessed. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, here we go.
Germany and the UK link up. You know what's gonna happen.
Going back to the top, time to stand up. J-Rock and Brand E, my plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the booth, locked up. To build up a masterpiece and I won't stop. Back to the top, time to stand up. J-Rock and Brand E, my plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the booth, locked up. To build up a masterpiece and I won't stop.
Lyrical misfit, spit sick shit. Stick hits in your whip and skip it to my bitch. Shit, straight out the bricks, picks out of the whoop. Big flow and fat mojo, you new world order. Nothing like none of you do. Nothing short of complete slew. Spit torches, never spit thoughts. Found out blind sources, even walls. All you small talkers, conflict breaking. Slip the tip in your bitch, getting in the block ticking. Try to warn you, but you did not listen. Now I gotta reinforce my swag. Ask me if I still got a bitch, cause I had. SW9 million, my mind really turning you down, gradually through my city, it's quite gritty. Told you before, and I'ma tell you again. Big bro, new flow, that's creme de la creme, yeah.
Back to the top, time to stand up. J-Rock and Brand E, my plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the booth, locked up. To build up a masterpiece and I won't stop. Back to the top, time to stand up. J-Rock and Brand E, my plug to catch up. Straight up in the booth, locked up. To build up a masterpiece and I won't stop.
I can beat it up, baby, SummerSlam. You understand that? So West understand, I don't take it serious. I'm there having bad fun. Fuck, I'm rapping furious. Instead, back at square one. Swear, son, I'm still in the floor at a fair run. 21 shots, back, air gun. The same scum, I'm left in the slum. Back again, running this gum, rapping this back and rap. What's happening? Second and none, I'll never be done. Passion and flashing and fly past the people, ask what I'm brandishing. That was a wrong man, now I won't get in issues. Never love hoes, bitches always got issues. See me on my runs, but I'm walking with pistols. Tell them no come, my gun busting on pistols.
Back to the top, time to stand up. J-Rock and Brand E, my plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the booth, locked up. To build up a masterpiece and I won't stop. Back to the top, time to stand up. J-Rock and Brand E, my plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the booth, locked up. To build up a masterpiece and I won't stop.
Rapping and
grinding, get rich and trying, smiling, riding the fire, and rising haters to nines, flying. While I'm flying with jet legs on time, and I'm just riding and organizing to let another one shine. It's getting exciting, my boss is satisfying and clarifying. Like up in me where you better hiding and dividing. Fear me, I'm terrified, cause I exemplify how to combine some flows and your nullified. I hate banging the way I'm designing words, I electrify. If you don't know me, start to identify. This is Famoe, repping brand gold, watch the glitch go. With a 10 O's, quick as a shadow. But it's so I'm getting tired of the studio. This why I switch mode, this one has a studio. And it's roll, it's tic-tac-toe. Time to let it go, to let it blow. Cause I said it's going back to the top. Time to set up, J-Rock and Brand B. My plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the pool, dropped up. To build up a masterpiece, and I won't stop. Back to the top, time to set up, J-Rock and Brand B. My plug to blow up, to catch up. Straight up in the pool, dropped up. To build up a masterpiece, and I won't stop.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh.
Thank you. Appreciate it, God.
I love the flow, bro. I love the flow. At first, I thought you were the second guy, but I remember.
I know, so did I.
But then I remember just as we were starting, he said, "Yeah, I have the last verse on here," and you came in.
Yeah.
The flow, bro.
Yeah. Very good.
Gotta look up.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can hear your penmanship in that verse. You take that very seriously. You take that pen game very seriously. I can tell. And that was my first of anything that I've listened to. I was on your website earlier, but I didn't listen to any of the music. But yeah, salute to you, bro.
Thank you. If you got time, go and check the What I've Been Through record, because it's a deep one, a very deep one.
What's the name of it?
What I've Been Through. That's the soundtrack for the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's on here now.
And I want what?
It's on YouTube now. Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah. It won already several awards on festivals as well as best soundtrack.
Okay. Hold tight. Yeah. Hold tight. Absolutely.
He played around with that pen like Eminem.
Come on with the ads. Come on with the ads.
That's masterpiece again.
Oh, it?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop. Hold up.
Yeah.
Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view.
What if you know nothing is pain since the day of birth? What if you know nothing is being alone and it hurts? What if you look for faith for being always the one that put all the energy on it after wars people gone? What if you know that everything you touch was wrong, but wish that things changed to reach the power leading to one? What if you feel guilty at the end? This is just a plan. Just check points to get ready for the things you stand. I'm like an angel, but you never saw my wings extended. All the days I've been through, reasons for the unexpected. This is just a dream or the process is planned. Still low, I can watch the surface for the back. My soul burns to ashes, now my scars and scratches. Hand to hand, asking myself for questions. All my life I'm kept in the dark. My place since day one, but I wanna be remembered when I'm gone.
This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do. This is what I'ma do. Cause
my rear view. Is in jail with handcuffs as he walks away. Case closed, he's a murderer, nothing to explain. Real talk, in fact, he choked throats with broken bones. He's so the pressure was out of control. Deep inside his stalking cold, kinda like a zone in the universe, eating you up like a black hole. But there is hope, love isn't far away on this road. It's called rehabilitation, you are not alone. Faces all over the place, try to look strong with a poker face. A person's game to maintain that place, but they fear that place, and they fear mistakes. What a waste with these things. You better remember right, there is love in the air. Wash your sins away, start and try to take care. And better beware of an evil affair. Walk away and swear to keep your head up through the nightmare. This is what I've been through, this is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I'ma do, this is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I've been through, this is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view. This is what I've been through, this is what I'ma do. Cause I'm looking through my rear view.
Who did the production on that?
DJ Pain One produced this one.
I love that. I love that vibe. I love that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I gotta check you out some more, bro.
Yeah, do that. Would appreciate that.
Create me a little playlist, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Look, bro, I know it's late way over there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
From the jump that you weren't feeling good. I appreciate, man. You just taking.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, guys.
Bro.
Thank you.
It won't be the last time. I promise you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And before you go, man, let everybody know how they can find you, follow you, social media, all that stuff.
Well, y'all can check me out on my main website, officialfamoe.com. Also on Instagram at ITSFAMOE, it's Famoe. On Facebook, it's at FAMOE, Famoe. Then you also can book me for a video drop on Cameo if you want to on cameo.com/Famoe, FAMOE. And yeah, but my main social media platform is Instagram, and by time we always update on the website, the officialfamoe.com website.
That's what's up, man. And it's a real great website. Shout out to whoever did this website for you.
I did that.
Shout out to you. Real nice website.
Stuff.
Hey, man, I definitely appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
God, it's 2:00 in the morning there now, man. Go get you some rest.
Yeah, we'll do.
Take you some whatever it is that you got to take, man. Get yourself right so you can get back and create into the world, man. We appreciate you, bro. Get up for my man. Thank you, y'all.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Good night.
All right, man.
Yay! That was good. We was all the way in Germany.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know what? We was in Germany. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it one more time for that person in the back. We were in Germany.
Where were we at last week?
Oh, we was in Canada.
No, but
I mean, but again, and MJ, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
always.
She really is seeing the, kind of the evolution, even because even what you're doing is pivoting and evolving. Yes. Well, you know what? I'm following your lead. I'm the sidekick.
No such thing. You get paid the same thing I do every week.
We understand though. This
absolutely
is moving up. Okay. You have done this long enough.
Your on-air sign just like magically came on. Dirt.
It's gonna go back off. Like I said, my production manager, he's working. He's watching but he's working.
Gotcha. I noticed that about 10 minutes ago. I was like, I thought she said the battery wasn't working.
It is. I didn't do anything. And you know what? And he watches and he gives his feedback, and he's gonna say, I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say love. And then you're gonna go and tell everybody your production manager was working. They know it's me.
Shout out to your production Hubinger.
Yep.
No, but I was about to say, like, this is the reason that I love doing this show this way, because you have the opportunity, man, to sit in front of somebody that's like 5 time zones away.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that brother kicked so much knowledge.
Yes.
And gave so much good advice and so many great points. Shout out to my man Natty 410 that was tuned in. This is why I love to do this, man. And I hope because Natty is an amazing producer, and he didn't comment when the videos are on, so I think maybe he hopped off, but I'm going to hit him up and tell him to come back and listen to some of that music, because I think the collaboration of the two could be something special.
Right.
What I'm going to do is, in about 5 years, we're just going to do one big show of all of the artists that we brought together, collaborate.
That would be nice. That would be nice. But I think you might end up having to do that before 5 years.
Okay.
I'm serious. I mean, come on now. People call me a visionary. They do. People call me, talk to me, so that because I see it before they see it, and I really believe that your platform is going to bring them together sooner, so that you can talk about the collabs, and this will be an ongoing series where once a year you do it. So I really believe that. And there's some other things that my mind is saying too. But
did you hear that, Oprah Network? Did you hear that?
I'm telling you, because you're hitting something that people aren't thinking about. That's just think about it. I mean, I do not have I like music. I enjoy different genres of music, but I'm literally learning as we go along. As
am I.
Well, then you go and kick out all this knowledge, making me feel like I'll be like this. Oh yeah.
No, because you know what it is. A lot of times the people are hitting on points, and it just makes me think about something else. That's
okay.
It's not me sitting up here having this wealth of Because
well, I talk about you like you do, so you might as well accept it.
Well, yeah, I got you then. Thank you.
Well, somebody, I mean, again, I think, you're pivoting, and you're pivoting, and I think everyone.
There's that word again. Yeah,
it's the truth. We all have to, as creatives. I mean, I had to do a huge pivot that I wouldn't. If someone would have said, "This is what you would be doing, Alenia," I would have told them, "Y'all crazy. That is not what Alenia is gonna do."
Oh, I looked at the wrong name and everything. Go ahead. I'll keep talking.
But it isn't. A lot. I think the shows are giving encouragement to other young entertainers out there, because you have different people. You have actresses on here, you have writers, you have so you have producers and rappers and singers on your show. And I hope that anyone that is listening, that they're gaining some knowledge from it. They're walking away. This show isn't for everyone.
Right.
And it's not supposed to. It's very, it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's providing something for a niche. And if that niche sits and listens, they can gain so much knowledge to help them through and which I like what Famoe said, which was, a journey, their journey, because your journey can take you in different directions as you go along. And just being willing to navigate with that change is going to be so important. And if he didn't, he would not be sitting in the opportunities that he is now in the comic space, y'all. He wasn't talking about large scale like movie production at this moment, but it's still like, there you go. It's money. It's money, but it was a space that, oh man, I enjoy comics. Why not? They need it. And with Marvel and DC Comics and all these different characters now coming into the movie theaters and stuff. Come on, y'all.
And if he wants to mention access granted, and I get paid for it for the rest of my life.
Amen. Amen. I gotta get a tambourine, y'all. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a tambourine. So every time we get a point, I'm gonna play my tambourine.
I'm trying to figure out some ways to get some sound effects on here. And then I keep forgetting that StreamYard has this music that you can play in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually add your own music now. And I totally don't think about it until the show starts and I scroll down and I was like, oh, I ain't played the music.
That's all right. Because I got a feeling that someone that has been on the show is going to end up doing your theme music. I'm just saying. And I'm sure I'm going to be able to partake because I got a feeling somebody going to end up doing my theme music. One of your female singers, I got a feeling, is going to do my
theme. Sound like you got somebody in mind. Beyonce.
But I'm going to be... They better treat me right. They better treat me right.
So... You funny. So I was sitting here looking at the calendar trying to figure out who we have next week.
Yeah, because we get ready to go on vacation, right?
Yeah. Shoot, I think I got people scheduled while I'm on vacation.
How you gonna do that? No, you gotta change that.
Yeah, they're about to get rescheduled now that I think about it.
We need vacations.
Actually, no, I don't.
You don't need vacations or
no, I don't have anyone scheduled because
you respected your time.
Yeah, we have a guest next week on the 29th. The following Monday is Labor Day. I don't have anyone scheduled for the 12th because I'll be back in Baltimore on that day. So I don't know.
It's okay. We can because you can play another video. Come on, you gotta have vacation. That gives us rejuvenation time.
Absolutely. So after next week, we won't be back live until the 19th. But
y'all better get ready.
This artist, she's a singer out of the DMV, and her name is, I just looked at it. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Nika Ladine. And this isn't one of MJ's people, so I don't remember how I came across this young lady.
Oh, wow. Well, guess what? We're going to find out.
I'm going to have to reach out and figure it out. And if not, then we'll be on a 2-week hiatus. So 3-week hiatus. Doesn't matter.
3-week hiatus. No, I'm sure you'll find out. Because I liked our guests last week. And we and what Shar sent her, right?
Yep.
There you go. Please, and doing us right. But
please let everyone know of the plethora of activities and shows that you have going on.
All right, y'all. Head on over to YouTube at Alenia Renee for the content that's on over there. And as I send out my advertisements, you will be able to see that. Again, when you're doing stuff on your own, you're a little slower. You can't move as quickly as you would like to. Okay, so my reality is happening. So please head on over to Alenia Renee on YouTube or and subscribe over there so that you can keep up with what I am doing, so that you can see all the places that juicy bits and things the podcast will be showing up on. And also please check out the Joy Nook Book Club if you're looking for some inspirational, some good motivational, some good juicy reading. Head on over to Joy Nook Book Club podcast on YouTube as well. And my Niecy Poo slash social media assistant and PR assistant. She has written a book, and I cannot wait to be able to do the interview because she's given me the first interview.
But of course.
Yes, and it's called Forever Friends, and this book is geared to middle school girls. So school is about to start, and friendships, and middle school girls are mean at times. And it is a struggle making friends, keeping friends, and understanding friendships, and really dealing with your own thoughts as women. So imagine what a teenager does. And this book is capturing it and really is a very relevant and now topic that she has written about. So I'm excited about this. I'm excited. I wish I had a copy in my hands to show you, but if you head on over to my Facebook page, you will see the book and all the places that you can purchase it, because it is available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble right now. So yes, so I do get to do the interview, and I'm so excited about it to get a young artist. And just to let everyone know, you got young people going to college. There is a book called The College Strategy. It's an excellent book written by another, actually young adult. And my niecey Pooh, read this book and has geared her career, and my daughter as well, read this book, and they took this book seriously, and they are doing major things. And you're talking about personalities that are more quiet, but these young ladies are doing things. They're doing things. So that's another book. Check it out. Yes, check it out.
That's what's up. I told y'all that she had a plethora of stuff.
I
did. Real quick, let me share something with you guys, and then we can get out of here. I don't see it. There it is. Damn. My sister.
Look at that.
My sister. This show right here, Sisters with a Purpose. This was a show that she had at Radio on Fire a couple of years ago, and I have been kind of throwing daggers at her over probably like the last year or so, telling her that she needed to bring this show back. I'm not saying that she did it just because I harassed her, but she sent me this flyer today. Nice. And she is back, as you can see in the upper left-hand corner. She is on Fire TV, which is also where you can find.
Yep.
That's granted cross stream, but I am really proud of Monica, man. She does a lot with the survivors. I call it sisters. I always do that. It's survivors with a purpose, and we survive many things in life. So there's many different topics and things that she talks about on her show, and I just want to make sure that I showed her some love, even though she drives me crazy sometimes. Check her out, man, every Thursday at onfire-tv.com. Survivors with a Purpose. I'm really happy that she's back, and she actually starts this Thursday. So
nice.
I don't have a show on Thursday. Alenia.
My show will be on Thursday, but again, you got different shows. You watch different shows.
Don't go watch her. Watch Linear show. No, I'm just
I'm not at 7 o'clock. I won't be at 7 o'clock.
Right, exactly.
See?
Exactly.
So it's gonna work out.
Yeah, absolutely. But definitely go support. She has a little something for everybody, and then of course, she uses that platform to like do workshops and stuff like that and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
Real dope.
I gotta make sure I send her over my book.
Okay. Absolutely. That's what we bring the world together.
Yes. Good collaboration. Yeah, I can.
Right. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here and go spend some time with my dog.
Yes. I'll be praying for y'all tomorrow.
Dog.
For y'all comfort
My wife, she's out getting her hair done. I don't feel like cooking, so I'm going to spend some time with my dog.
It's okay.
No, I think we have one more show, but I want to give a shout out to my sister. I hate the word in-law, but in-law, Tawana. That wedding is right around the corner.
It is.
Wedding is right around the corner. Happy belated birthday to the man that I call Uncle Pastor, Pastor Philip Miller.
Yes, I saw that.
His birthday is Friday. We showered him with gifts and spoiled him like crazy yesterday.
Oh, nice.
He did not share his Krispy Kremes.
I don't blame him.
He did not share his Krispy Kremes. Did I mention he did not share his Krispy Kremes? I'm gonna let you.
Pastor Phil, as you can see, you did the right thing because he said it 3 times for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
And on that note, make sure you continue to follow us on all of our social media platforms, man. Make sure you continue to follow us on YouTube. Be on the lookout this Friday for a brand new segment of acapellas and acoustics. Shout out to my brother. Damn, I forgot who did it last week. Damn, I forgot that. I feel bad now. Lord have mercy. Who was that last week that came and stepped up when I didn't have anybody else ready to go? You'll never know. Funny that's
asking me people's names. I don't even know where's the songs. You can ask Kendra.
Funny that's the name of the artist, my brother. You'll never know. Shout out to him. He really came through and did his thing. And we have another amazing artist coming up this week. And then I think after I come back from vacation and I start pre-recording again, I think I'm going to go back and start getting. I know I have one gospel artist, singer, and then we have our guest from last week, Miss Dora, who's a gospel
rapper
artist that's going to do a segment. And I think I'm going to go back to some spoken word people because we haven't had spoken word in a while.
Nice.
Be on the lookout for all of that stuff, man. With that being said, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Baltimore, put them down. Put the damn guns down. Y'all already know. We will see you guys next week. I love you, sis. I appreciate you much. Have a good one. And tell your production hubbyger that I appreciate him allowing you to hang out with me.
Absolutely. Thank you, Antoine. Love y'all too.
Warriors in the house. We out of here, man. Love you guys.
All right, bye.